Hello, welcome to one of my videos. Yesterday I spent a lot of time with my single eyeshadows collection. I swatched many of them and I have these almost all full with eyeshadows I'm thinking about decluttering. So this is my eyeshadows on the chopping block video, so let's head right into here. Okay, it's some days later from the intro, but yeah, I've got the eyeshadows out of here so I can tell you each shade, and I can also swatch each shade. The first one is a ColourPop shadow and it's called Made to Last. This has always been very hardly pressed and therefore it's not the easiest to use. I do like the shade though, so I want to compare it with my many other brands in my collection, whether I have a similar one or not, and then decide whether I want to keep it or not. So this is the very first shade on the chopping block. The second shadow is also one from ColourPop and this is called Skyway. This is a nice one, but it's very powdery, which is a theme from my old ColourPop metallics. And I want to figure out whether I want to keep this or not again, obviously, because it's a chopping block. So this is the swatch of it. This one's from Glam Shop Poland and it's called the Vector. I do like it, but it's very glittery and also kind of a flaky formula. And that's not what I prefer in my eyeshadows, and therefore I want to figure out whether I truly want to keep it or not. So this is Vector. I can see it really blue, the shimmer particles, but yeah. This is a depotted shadow from Odin's Eye, and whilst I do not like blues, I don't know if I have another one that's similar to this in my collection. And if I don't, I need to think about whether I truly want it in my collection, and if I have, I definitely can declutter it. And it's super pigmented. Wait, I do have a blue from an Earthly that's also so pigmented and it's a matte. So maybe that will be enough to keep and then I don't have to keep this one. I don't know. Let's see. Then this is Bella, also from Glam Shop Poland. And again, this is... You are able to see a theme with most of the shadows I have in here. I put a lot of these very sparkly ones in here to figure out whether I truly want to keep them. So this is again one of them. Another one from Glam Shop Poland. This is called Laser. And I remember liking this one, so we will see. I also, you can see it like you can see it on the screen, and I can see a lilac-y purple one, or color. It's very duochrome. Oh, there you go. I can see it more like this, and you can see it like this. And honestly, like these shades or these colors are stunning. I'm not the person that prefers those glittery types of shimmers, so that's why these are in here. And all of the square pens that are left are from Touch of Glam Beauty. And this one is called A Deeper Connection. I never used this one before. Again, Touch of Glam Beauty has very different kind of formulas, and there's a formula I don't enjoy when it's too like flaky and foiled looking and therefore very emollient, and then I don't really enjoy it, and I'm afraid that these are a little bit like that, so I want to figure these out because they're also very new in my collection and I don't want to have them sit around for years and years and then nobody else can use it if I decide to declutter them. This has a very dark base and a lot of glitter particles to it, in my opinion. When swatching it out, at least, it looks like that. And it does look a little bit fiery, but also very goldeny. I think you can see a little bit of the shifts right here. And then this one is mislabeled. I remember that this was my first purchase from Touch of Glam Beauty, and it's labeled as Blue Lagoon, but this is not Blue Lagoon. This is a different shade. Like the owner of Touch of Glam Beauty tried to figure it out with me, but I'm not sure if we could, just based on the footage I have or the pictures I took back then. Yeah, but that's definitely not Blue Lagoon. So I cannot tell you which shade this is actually. And again, blues are just not my preferred shades to use, even though I've gotten into them. Oh, and on the screen it looks so much more purple. When I look at it, it's blue, maybe even a green shift to it. And this shadow is called Ameta, and this would be my cup of tea, if it's not, like formula wise, if it's my kind of thing as well. So we will see about this one. I'm curious to see how this performs on my eyes. All of these actually. Or some of them I already know, but most of them I didn't use in a while or did not use yet. We also have one from Glaminatrix Cosmetics, and this is called Gleam. And also with Glaminatrix Cosmetics I have the theme, I guess, that they have quite, or they can have quite sparkly shimmers. Again, not my cup of tea, but then they have other formulas or other finishes I absolutely love. So yeah, I'm gonna need to figure this one out because it does look very sparkly. To me, at least, from looking at it. Oh, maybe it's not. It actually looks super nice. Ooh, I think that's a big contender to keep it, but we will see. I want to use all of these shades on my eyes. I want to try them out on my eyes in eye looks and figure these out like that, and not just based on a swatch or swatching them out. This again is from Touch of Glam Beauty, and it's called This Witch Beach Ribbon. And again, this is definitely a multi-chrome. And with this one you can see like there are like flaky, foily kind of particles coming off here, like a lot of pigment coming off here. And that's also what I don't really enjoy, so we will see how it will end up looking on the eyes. Oh yeah, you can just already see it in the swatch, like what's going on. This is more of a foiled type of shade. Yeah, I think this is a high contender for me to declutter, to be honest. But again, I want to try all of these. And the last one from this palette is a depotted eyeshadow, and I don't remember from which palette this is. I have two of them in here, or in these palettes, and I cannot remember from which palettes they came. Yeah, but I think I will declutter them. I think it's just formula-wise not the best, but we will again see after I tried them out again. So that's the last one in this palette. And also I have quite a few purples in here, which pinks and purples, which are also absolutely the shades that I reach for. Yeah, we will see. So that's the first one. Let's head into the next one. So the first one in this one is from Makeup Geek. So it's a very old one, and it's called Houdini. It's an interesting shade. It's a somewhat unique shade, I think. A unique shade of green, at least in my collection. But again, I want to compare it. I have got many palettes, many eyeshadows, and I want to see whether or not I have a similar one, because I think this is just super old, and yeah, we will see. Like the one, if I find a similar one, the one with the better quality I will be keeping. And yeah, this is one I swatched quite often already, but I think I may have used it once only on my eyes. But this is also more my cup of tea metallic wise, like not sparkly or something, or glittery. So maybe I will keep it. We will see. Another Glam Shop Poland one. This is Pink Platinum. This one feels a little bit powdery, to be honest. I also have one from Lethal Cosmetics in here. This is called Flutter. And once again, this feels very powdery. Ooh, it's nice though. We are going to figure this out. These two, like this one and the next one, are from Ava Beauty palettes, and they are both depotted. And I noticed with Ava Beauty, I really enjoy the mattes, but I don't enjoy the shimmers too much. Some of them are nice, but most of them I really do not enjoy. These are the nicer ones, but still out of the nice ones, I want to think about both of these colors and finishes again. This is the first of the two. Like, it almost doesn't look shimmery. It almost looks like a matte or satin. And the second one is this shade. And I also don't know the shade names. I just depotted them without labeling them, because I don't really care about the names of the shadows too much. And then we have another matte, and this is again not labeled, so therefore it must be out of my Sydney Grace palette. I purchased the, is it 65 shadows kind of single eyeshadow palette, where you get 65 or something single shadows. Some of them are labeled, some of them are not, and these are overpours of the regular eyeshadows. And yeah, I again have many browns. Do I really need this one? That's the question. Oh, I didn't swatch it nice, but I hope you can still see the color. And this one, this is called Text Me from Copacetic Cosmetic. Again, this looks like a very glittery, shimmery one. Therefore, this is in here. But color-wise, it's super interesting. Like, it's so interesting. It's a green, a yellow, but silvery shimmer particles. It looks so stunning. Okay, getting it on my finger, it is a little bit crumbly. Oh yeah, swatching it out, it is as well. Do you see that? You don't really see. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if I can work with that on my eyes. Now it's more opaque, I guess. But yeah, I don't know about that one. Glam Shop Poland Tulle. And it almost has like a greenish base, like you can see here. And then let's swatch this out again. I kind of think this stained, or this is staining a little bit, if I remember correctly. Like, you can clearly see the dark base of it. And then it has shimmer on the top. Terra Moon's Cosmetic Supernova. And this is just a shade I want to figure out, like, formula wise and finish wise, this is stunning. This is just color. Like, do I use this color? Do I want this color? I purchased a little palette like this secondhand with all of Terra Moon's Cosmetics eyeshadows, very old ones, and therefore I didn't really choose this color. It looks interesting, it looks stunning, but I want to know, I want to actually use it and know if I want to keep it or not. But yeah, formula wise, this is just stunning, honestly. And I don't know, it looks way more green for me. You can see it way more blue or teal. But the shade you are seeing, the blue shade you're seeing, is the base of the shadow, definitely. But like the reflection of it is not goldeny, but more like green. I don't know if that comes out in the camera. Another Makeup Geek eyeshadow, this is called Thrive. And this is a satiny type of shade. So do I really need a satiny olive green when I have other olive greens? I don't know. Oh wow. Okay, and swatching this, terrible, absolutely terrible. Oh my lord. Okay, I still want to try it on the eyes. Maybe it works on the eyes. One of two Shady Glow eyeshadows that I have on the chopping block, or that I'm putting on the chopping block, is this one. This is called Blue Avenue. And again, this is only here because it's blue, basically. Because when do I really need use this? That's the question I should ask myself. Again, formula-wise, this is nice for me, in my opinion. So yeah, that's that palette right here. Very different kind of shades, formulas, finishes, tones. Yeah, let's head into the next one. First up, another Shady Glow eyeshadow, and this is called Lavender. And also, I'm not reaching for my Shady Glow shadows enough. So, Terra Moon's Cosmetics Artemis. Again, this is one that I bought secondhand. So, do I want it actually, or can I get rid of it? That's that one. Makeup Geek Hype. Again, a very classical metallic purple. I mean, obviously it's a purple. Yeah, these are not swatching the best, so I'm interested to see how they actually look on the eye still. Colourpop Tiki. Again, I have quite a few matte yellows in my collection now, so do I need this one? That's definitely, again, a shade I want to compare with other ones. Colourpop 20 something. Yet again, a very powdery formula. Wait, I'm gonna go over that again. Build it up a little bit. A super stunning one. This is Touch of Glam Beauty Dream. And I wanted these kinda, oh, I forgot what they are called. But they had like a moon spell kind of collection like this, like a Halloween collection. And I wanted them for years, and she brought out new ones. But is it too foiled for me? Is it like the right formula for me? I'm not sure about that. I mean, it's so smooth to swatch. Crazy smooth. It does have a very dark base to it. I'm not quite sure why I put this one in there, because it looks stunning. But I think I have a like foiled metallic shades in this shade from maybe even Shady Glow. And I need to compare this maybe. This is again Touch of Glam Beauty, and it's called Sweater Weather. But it is a very flaky one. Or like, yeah. I don't know, can you see like there is a spot right here? It's similar to the Copacetic Cosmetics one that I swatched earlier on. I don't know about this formula. But again, swatches are not everything, so that's exactly why I want to use them on the eyes again. This is again Touch of Glam Beauty Desire, and this is one of these sprinkled shades again. This again is super smooth. Already to the touch as well. And this is more my cup of tea, because this doesn't have that dark of a base. I mean, it does, but not as this one, you know. So I'm excited to use this actually. And then this one, Moonlight Harvest, also from Touch of Glam Beauty. And I just think they're so impactful, and I don't know if they're too impactful. So that's what I want to figure out. Like I have other ones, a lot of other ones from Touch of Glam Beauty as well, and I love them. But for some of them, I just want to see if they're too much for me. But this is like my favorite kind of shade, like a taupey purple one. Absolutely stunning. Oh, you cannot see the purple shift to it. Yeah, you cannot. But it's very purple in my lighting. And last but not least, in this palette, Leave Cosmetic Lucid. This again is very powdery, it's an old formula, and it's not the shade I tend to reach for. So that's why it's in here. So yeah, that's this palette, and then one little palette, I don't even think it's full, to go. And last but not least, these 5 shadows. So again, I'm going to swatch this out, and then you saw every single eyeshadow that is currently on my chopping block. The first one is another Shady Glow Cosmetics one, so I was wrong, I have 3 in my chopping block, and it's called Sprung. This is very creamy to the touch, so I don't know about creasing with this one. 2 from Nabla Cosmetics, and both of them were in my chopping block in 2025. I had just one palette that I wanted to figure out, and I absolutely forgot about it. I did actually make many decisions, but just with 3 of these shadows right here, like 2 of them from Nabla ones, I did not make my decision yet. So I'm rolling them in basically to this chopping block. I definitely want to keep one of them, but I just cannot decide which one. This is Mystic. And maybe I'm gonna swatch the other Nabla one right next to it. I had a little bit too much on my finger right there. And this one is called Luna. Both of them are quite powdery, but both of them are stunning. Like, yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy both of these. But I kind of want to decide. And every year I have my Sleek Makeup Depotted shadows. These are the oldest shadows in my collection in 2 palettes, and I just keep it on my makeup table to reach for them every once in a while, or every time I think of them, or every time I'm missing a shade and I need a companion shade with one palette, and this comes out of there. This is one on the chopping block. I decluttered some, I kept some, and this one I'm not sure, because I know in my collection I'm regularly missing a shimmery dark brown, so I want to go through my collection and see whether I have another one, or whether I have one that's similar to this, or which one I like better, if I need to keep it, or if I'm finally letting go of this one. And I mean, this is so old and it still works very nicely. And then the last one I have in here is by Sydney Grace Cosmetics, and it's called State Fair. This was also in my chopping block in 2025, and I could not decide on it. It has a very unique shade. Like, I don't think I have any kind of shade like this in my collection, but is it a shade I would use, and how would I use it? That's the question for me. So this is why this is in here. So that's that one. That's the last palette right here. So there you go. These were all of the shades that I currently have in these 4 palettes, and that I want to figure out whether I want to keep them or not. I hope you did enjoy this video, and there will definitely be an update for this one, and where I want to show you which one I kept and which one I'm decluttering. So yeah, I don't know yet when this will happen. The update, but I'm excited to focus on this actually a lot. I'm very excited about that. I hope you're doing fine, and I wish you a nice day as always. Bye!